back. What up, YouTube? This is Woody coming back with another ride review. Today we are at Jim Harley Davidson in Minden, Ohio, and we are riding the 18 Harley Davidson Street Bob 107. And I can't see. I gotta get freaking set in these mirrors before I take off. Alright, so this is the second Harley I've rode. This thing pulls. I feel it's pulling me back in the seat, that's for sure. Let's start off. I'm 6'1", 6'2", about 200 pounds, and I got a 36-inch inseam. I feel a little scrunched up with these mid controls, just a little bit. This is the first bike I've ever rode with these tall handlebars. Being the size that I am, I mean, my arms are straight out, like level with my shoulders, straight out in front of me. It's definitely a different feeling for me coming from a sport bike. Let's talk about the bike a little bit. It's got the 107 Milwaukee 8. I don't remember what the horsepower is, but it's got like 110 foot-pounds of torque. It's got this two-tone paint, which is awesome. This is my favorite on the Street Bob. This bike is torquey. Heck yeah, it's torquey. Let's see. This thing's got self-canceling turn signals. Let's get it down in a second. Ooh, a lot of stone. A lot of stone. We'll go slow through here. Chip and seal freaking sucks. Alright, so it's got self-canceling turn signals. It takes a minute, but it comes off. So this whole time I've been sitting there with my foot on the half on the pipe. That's a thing. It's nice and wide compared to what I'm used to. As you can see, my legs are up high. I think if this was something a taller guy like me was going to ride, you might want to get highway pegs or something. But it's comfortable, but I don't know how comfortable I'd be on a long ride. Very tactile shifting, good strong click. Let's see, it's got the fuel gauge. It's got a menu button. You can go through the trips and stuff like that. Speedometer, gear indicator. It does have the rev counter, but you just gotta flip through the thing with it, and then you got your rev counter, but I don't even pay attention to one, so. Oh, chirp the tires. Chirp the tire, downshifting. Definitely want a rev match on this, I guess. This is, oh, so weird. Lean's decent. Lean's decent? Let's get it. Oh, it pulls me back in the seat. You get a lot of wind on this bike. That was a run up to 80, nothing major. It pulls good. It pulls you back. Like, you better have a hold of this thing when you start getting into it with that. Now my boot keeps getting stuck underneath the shifter. It's weird. You better have a hold of this thing when you go getting on it. That's for sure. The seat, it kind of is on a slope, and then it's got a raise in the back, and I'm basically just setting against that. This, just like the Slim, you ain't gonna move around very much on this seat. It just doesn't give you the opportunity to move around. I could see this thing, if this thing had forward controls, put my feet out here, oh, that'd be comfortable. That would definitely be comfortable with some forward controls. This ain't bad, but I don't know how it would be on a long trip. I think my legs would start getting cramping on a long trip. This thing leans good. People can complain all you want, but it's not a sport bike, and it leans pretty good for what it is. I love the sound. People used to always complain about Harleys that they sound like a sewing machine with the original pipes on it and stock pipes, blah blah blah. This thing sounds good. I'm like bogging it down, and it still pulls and sounds good. You better have your rev matching down when you start riding this bike, though. I don't do it. So I know this is a common thing that people say, but when you pull in the clutch, when you're shifting, you man, these pegs are gonna take some getting used to. You lose your gear indicator. Oh. Anyways, so like, I don't know if you noticed that, but I'm not used to a wide cruiser, so that's probably the biggest problem. But like, when I went to put my feet down, like, you really have to put it out there to get past the peg. The peg's kind of long. It goes out past my boot. There's shit all over this road, dude. Shit and stones. This is the same route. This route is, I'm gonna have to find a different route. Because there's chip and seal all over. Oh, I love the power on this. This is the perfect power. Perfect amount of power. I like the fuel gauge, and the gear indicator is awesome. Like, that's the one thing that I am not used to having. So let's see, what can I say? The filter, it ain't bad because the pegs are out so wide. So I mean, if I'm trying to squeeze the tank, I'm hitting it, but if I'm just relaxed on it, I'm not hitting my leg on nothing. My boot on the pipe a little bit. My boot on the pipe for sure. I don't know if you can see that, but if I take my feet out a little bit farther, then I get away from it. I'm barely using the brakes on this. This engine brake is so good on this bike. Getting your feet down is weird though. Nice. It's nice. I love this gauge cluster. Like, I love this. I wish they had this on the Slim. How clean would that bike look if it just had this instead of the big gauge and everything? It would look so clean. I'm not gonna lie though, I do like these bars a little bit. I do like them a little bit. I thought I'd hate them, and I don't, but I don't feel as confident with these bars as I did the lower bars, like on the Slim. I feel like you lose a little bit, I don't know, maneuverability maybe, because they're up higher. I don't know. Take it easy. There's cars out in the middle of the street. It doesn't dip in. I feel like the Slim dipped in a little better. I think it's because it has that narrower rear tire. I don't know. I like this bike. I think if this was my bike, I would put forward controls on it to make it a little more comfortable. And I don't know if I would keep these tall bars. I like the look of the lower style bars. So I've been wanting to test ride, try to get on a Sportster, like the new 1200 iron, but I'm going to tell you right now that it's smaller than this bike, so I just don't think that it's going to work for somebody above 6 foot tall. I think you're maxing out this bike right now at my size. If you're any bigger than 6'1", 6'2", I'm somewhere in between there, with a 36-inch inseam, like, this is not gonna work for you. I need to find a place to pull over so we can walk around. The bars, they just fall over. That's weird. Find somewhere to pull over. I think there's a parking lot up here. We'll do a walk around and then it's gonna be the end of the video. This is a cool bike. If it was mine, geez, if it was mine, I definitely had to start right off by doing some mods to it. I think the forward controls, and I could live with the bars for a while, but I love the power of it. This is the perfect power for shooting around the country and stuff, like. But if I wanted to do long trips on this, I think I would definitely have to look at maybe some forward controls. We'll pull over. I think this is a parking lot right here. I can pull over and do a walk around of it. I'm gonna pull over right in that parking lot right there. Nice at slow speeds. I didn't even put my foot down right there. Let's see how we do on this. We're almost back to the place. I just want to do a walk around without Jim with me. Anyways, if you're in the area, you should check these guys out. This bike is a whole lot easier to get in neutral. I just noticed that. Like, I've put it in neutral twice. It fell right in neutral. And the Slim was a little harder to get in neutral. It was really hard to find neutral on. But that's the bike. I love the darkness of it. I like that this one says 107 on it and the Slim did not. I wish the Slim said 107 on it. Dude, like, the only thing I can think of doing is forward controls on this bike. And then in a passenger seat and pegs. That's an easy add-on, I think. Way I understand it. I love this two-tone paint. This two-tone paint is pretty sweet. I love that. I wonder why they didn't do something back here. It would have been cool, like a little strip of black with the red on the tail, but if you're gonna put the seat on it, you're not even gonna see that. So belt driven, which is cool. Driving around with no license plate on it. You got your power connector right there, so you can I don't know why that's off. You plug stuff into it, charge your phone. I'm not sure why that's off. We'll put that on for him. Dude, this is a sweet bike. I'm not a fan of these. I don't know how you guys feel about them, but I'm not a fan of those. I think if you take that off, it would clean up the forks. Cool bike. Sounds great. This supposed to, I don't know if this has a mono shock, but I'm guessing that you have to get underneath the seat to adjust it. Some of them have the adjustment right here. I think this one does not, neither did the Slim. You just pop the seat off and you can adjust it. Anyways, that's it. Dude, this bike's beautiful. I like the light. I love this bike. I like it. I do like it, but talking to a friend, putting forward controls is a job, quite the job. And I think that's what I would have to have if I ever wanted to take a long ride on this. This is a heavy bike, 630 pounds. It's not light. Well, that took a second to get into first gear. Did you see that? I hit it, it waited, and then it went into first gear. Let's go take it back. Anyways, it's weird walking the bike. You're gonna have to be careful because of where the pegs are. I keep bumping them. When I'm taking my feet off, I bump it because they're there, and I'm used to being on back here, and on the Slim they're up here, so there's plenty of room to walk the bike. But with these mid controls, you're gonna have to be careful walking the bike, so note that. All right, let's take it back. I don't know, I do like it. This is like their lowest, their cheapest Softail. It pulls, dude. You better be careful in second gear on this thing because it pulls. I wonder how I'd feel about this if I got like a different seat that would bring it up a little bit with the passenger seat on the back. How I would like if I'd like the mids a little better. That might help for a taller guy like me that's long in the legs. Anyways, this is coming to the end of my ride review. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you didn't, hit that dislike button. If you ain't subscribed, please subscribe today. Hey, if you're in the area, Minden, Ohio, this is the place to check out Jim's Harley Davidson. Super nice people. Super nice. Wow, I about stalled it. Super nice people. Come check them out. This is the second bike they've let me ride. Hopefully they'll let me ride a bunch more. But we'll see. Anyways, this is it. I'm gonna cut the video here. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. This is Woody. Peace and I'm out.